fight. Trying to see where this life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
It's not supposed to be going through that.
Right.
We're not supposed. We're God's chosen. What are we doing paying other nations for the simplest of things, right?
Right.
And hunger and in thirst. And in thirst. When you're thirsty, right? Where do you go to get, what do you drink when you're thirsty? Right, Dasani, Aquafina, who owns those companies? Yeah, who owns those companies? Who owns those companies? Who owns Nestle?
White man.
Right, the nation of people that owns them. That's what I'm asking you. All right, well, I'm gonna help you out, bro. You ain't gotta look it up. The white man owns that.
That's
We gotta go to him in hunger. We gotta go to him in thirst. And in nakedness. And in nakedness. The clothes on your back, right?
Right.
All the cotton we picked. You mean to tell me we don't own no textile companies, right?
Right.
Not just the clothes on your back, but the rent you pay, the mortgage you pay to hide your shame, right? Give me
And in one of all things.
in one of all things, birth certificate, death certificate, a passport. If you want to leave the country, you got to get a passport.
Right.
A religion. Turn that around for me. Let me show you something real quick. Hold on, King. Don't go nowhere. Religion. Because if I ask you, who is Jesus, what would you say? Which one is Jesus? You say this one right here? Exactly. Who gave you that?
Right.
Your oppressor gave you that. That's a lie.
Right. Right.
And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Give me a minute, King.
It's the book of Revelation. Verse 48. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Continuing on. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
How long?
Until he has destroyed thee.
Hey, do you have a yoke of iron on your neck right now? Do you have a yoke of iron like this brother right here? Do you have that on your neck right now? Because your people had them, y'all had them on your neck too.
Yeah.
Yokes of iron.
Yeah, I know this.
Do you have that on your neck right now?
No.
You know why? Because you're destroyed.
Right.
You've been destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually, right? That's why.
Right.
Hold up. And that happened around 1865 with the Emancipation Proclamation. They said, okay, these niggas destroyed. You can take the yokes of iron off now, right? Hold on. Let me show you that who this guy really is right here. Let me show you. That's important, King. Let's get the true identity of what Christ really looks like, okay?
Bring it out.
Here we go.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. Bring it out. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like wool. Okay? His head on his hair and the hairs on his face were white like wool.
Right.
Woolly texture. That's key. That's important that they put that in the Bible. The Most High put that in the Bible, right? For a reason. Woolly, what people have woolly textured hair? What people on earth today got woolly textured hair? Just be honest.
Going into slavery.
You're going into slavery, Esau.
That's right.
What people on the earth today have woolly textured hair? The brother right here with the camera. Look at the brother with the camera. Look at his hair. Right? It is what it is, brother. So-called African Americans.
Right.
Right? Read.
Were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and
his eyes were as a flame of fire. I don't want to just blow over that. Can a brother give me that his eyes were red with wine? And
it's the book of Genesis, right? The book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse number 12.
Yeah.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
Now this is talking about the coming Messiah, Christ. It's giving you a description about his eyes.
And his teeth white with milk.
Right. Okay, let's go back to it.
Revelation chapter 1 in verse 14.
Yeah.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
Uh-oh, his feet, right? If you took off your shoes, right? And the reason why John the Revelator is describing his feet, because John he's got his head bowed down, and Christ has on sandals, and he's looking at his feet, and he said his feet are the color of are the color of brass. What color is brass? Do you know?
Yes.
Brass.
White.
Brass. B-R-A-S-S.
Brass.
Like a penny.
Brown.
Come on. Read.
Like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace.
He was so dark, like Wesley Snipes, like Bernie Mac.
Right.
That's how dark Christ was, right? Because your feet is the same color. The top of your feet is the same color as the rest of your body.
Right.
Your feet is not going to be brown and your legs white and your stomach red and so on. That's confusion.
Right.
That makes no sense, right? So, according to the Bible, that just gave the description, which one of them looked more like Christ?
Right.
Which one?
Right. Not like that.
This?
No, I saw him like this wearing have black hair, the
Right.
black beard, and his black eyes. I saw.
Oh, okay. You say the one. Which
Not-
one you say?
None of them. I saw him. I was 5 years old.
You say you saw Christ.
Yeah, I saw him. I was 5 years old. I got like I got a tumor problem in my ear surgery.
Okay.
I saw him.
All right, well, brother, listen. We out here to tell you the truth of this Bible, right? Listen. All right, see this right here?
Not on that.
Good. He don't believe.
Book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
Hey, everyone that pierced him gonna see him. Everybody gonna see him. Right. You know, but we trying to get you in a place where when you see him, right, that you won't be destroyed with everybody else that's gonna be destroyed. Right? So, brother, I understand. Let's bring out some more precepts to show this brother who he is. Now, I said earlier you were from the tribe of Issachar, right?
Well, I have a cousin. He is Puerto Rican.
Okay. Well, Puerto Ricans on here too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You see it? Yeah. Tribe of Ephraim. Well, we just dealing with you right now, okay, King? All right? I'm trying to show you why we are the people God's chosen.
Right.
We don't know that. It's important that we wake up out of sleep and come back to learning who we are.
Right.
Come back to our nationality, right? We got to stop calling ourselves Mexican, Puerto Rican, African American. Listen, the Most High, I mean, Christ is not coming back to save no Mexican, right? That's why that's why we are here to tell our people, right? Christ is not coming back to save no so-called African American.
Right.
He's coming back to save his chosen, the Israelites.
That's right.
All right? You understand, King? Okay. You know,
It's the book of First Chronicles, chapter 12 and verse 32. And of the children of Issachar,
you hear that? Of the children of who?
of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment.
You hear that, brother? The Issacharites, our brothers from the tribe of Issachar, right? That's one of y'all attributes. Y'all was able to tell the time. Y'all was able to prepare us for war and things like that. You understand, King? Everybody on this sign had an attribute that'll describe who they are today. Right? Hold on.
It's the book of Deuteronomy. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and 14. The rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant. And he bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
All right, you see that? Issachar, that's describing your people. It said that Issachar is a strong ass. A strong ass, what kind of animal is an ass? A donkey, right? And what are the donkey known for? They're known for their hard work, their hard labor, right? Right? And these are some of the similitudes and parables and things like that that's in the scriptures that are for me and you. It's not for the other people, your pastor at your church. He's not going to understand this. He's going to read one verse, right, and pass the collection plate around 3 times, right? We out here, man, to wake up our people. We don't want your money, right? This is how you buy and sell. This is how you buy by coming back to this word and reading and studying and praying, right? Coming back to your God, right? You got a precept?
Book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and verse number 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy.
Come ye and what?
Come ye, buy, and eat. Yeah, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
How do you buy without money, right? You come back to keeping God's laws. How do you buy and eat, right, and drink without money? You come back to keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, King. You understand that? When I say keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments, do you understand what I'm saying? All right, well, you know what? Let me give you a few laws. King.
Get out. Book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse number 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
Hey, do you know what swine is? Swine. It's the pig, pork, right? Read.
Though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
That pig, even though he might come off as a clean animal, the Lord said he is unclean to you. You understand that? You understand that? It's like if you buy a Ferrari or something, right? And the dealer say, hey, don't put no unleaded. You're going to mess this engine up. That's what the Lord is saying to us about the pig, right? He said, hey, don't put this pig was put on here to keep the earth clean, right? That's why the mob had pig farms. That pig will eat anything, right? Oh, read.
Verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Hey, that's how bad the pig is, man. The Lord don't even want us touching the pig. You understand? That's how. So, do you eat pork? Come on, good. That's good. I see right there already. You keeping that one commandment of the Lord, right?
Verse number 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales.
Hey, did you hear that? What he said you can eat in the waters? He said these are what you can eat in the water. Anything that has fins and scales, right? What has fins and scales in the water?
Organic?
Fish. Okay? Read.
In the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales.
You hear that, brother? You listening? All that has not fins and scales.
In the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, there shall be an abomination unto you.
Hey, an abomination means God hates that thing.
Right.
Anything that doesn't have fins and scales, can you think of some things that doesn't have fins and scales? That's in the water? Shrimp, crab, lobster, right? Even catfish, right? Catfish have fins, but they don't have scales.
Right.
All right? So you can't eat that thing. They bottom feeders. They eat the poop and the worst things in the ocean, right? But what has happened is the white man has taken that out of the water and made it a delicacy, right? Now they can eat it. All the other nations can eat that crap. But God said the people on this side, He don't want us touching that crap. You understand? That's why we the highest of everybody's chart. with high blood pressure, gout, right? Well, that's sugar diabetes. That's why we at the highest. You understand? We at the highest of the chart. Read. Yeah, give me another.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17.
Yo.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
God, you see that? We can't hate our brothers. We can't be hating. These are our brothers right here, the people on this side, right? We can't be hating each other. We can't be walking around mean mugging each other, right? Or holding a grudge against a close family member that might have wronged you. You have to turn that over to the Most High and forgive that person. Why? Because the Lord says so, right? And you can't do that according if it's your brother. But we can rebuke each other. I can let you know, hey brother, you looking at another brother's wife, then you going off. That's wrong, right? Yeah. I'm not saying you do. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying we can that's what rebuke means, right? Rebuke means to let a brother know when he's doing something wrong, right? That's what we have to do out here. That's what we commanded by God to do.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
That's right. And your neighbor is not everybody on this earth. Right. Your neighbor are the people on this side. Right. All right, King? All right? You got any questions, King? No? Well, give me some more precepts, brothers.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 27.
Yo.
You shall not run the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
That's right. That's another commandment. If you can grow a beard, grow it. Right. That's a commandment by God for the people on that side.
That's right.
He don't want us putting a razor blade on our face, on our head. You understand? He want us to grow our beards, right? The beard is a badge of manly honor. You understand?
That's right.
All right, give me let's go back to you understand some of those commandments?
Yeah.
That's a few of those commandments. And we're gonna give you something to help you out before you leave, though. But hold on, I'm gonna go back to some of these curses again to understand that we are these people right here. Because the same thing that happened to us, it happened to y'all. Okay? You know, a lot of times y'all might feel like why they treat the so-called African-American man so bad. But where's the uproar for y'all people? Y'all going through the same thing. Just like we at the bottom in the ghettos, y'all in the barrios, you understand? Y'all, you know, Native Americans are on the plantations. It's the same thing. And all of this also happened to us.
So book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68.
Yo.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You hear that? Just like we were put on, you know how we got over here, right? So-called African Americans, we got over here on slave ships, right? And in the Bible, it just said, read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
You see that? Now, you guys were already over here, right? Y'all came over here in the 15th century, right? 1400 and something. Y'all were already over here, right? Now, we got over here a couple hundred years later in the 17th century, right? I'm going to read that account about y'all, too, in a minute. But the same thing that happened to us, how we were put on slave ships and brought over here, guess what? The conquistadors, the Spaniards, came over here and took y'all back to Spain and Europe and all these other different places. Y'all wasn't speaking Spanish. Y'all was speaking the same language that we were speaking. Y'all was speaking Hebrew. You are not a Spaniard, right?
No, I don't.
Right, you're not a Spaniard.
No.
Okay, come on. All right, give me that account at Second Ezra. Apocrypha. Yeah, Second Ezra.
Let's look at 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, and verse number 40. Look. And it reads, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
Okay, those other 10 tribes. Now, when you start reading the Bible, is what the Lord commands us to do, and what I'm asking you to do when you leave here. I want you to start reading the Bible. There's an account where these 3 tribes right here, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they were known as the southern kingdom. There was a split between the 2 kingdoms, and Ephraim on down with you guys, right, is called the northern kingdom, right? And that's what he's about to read right now, right?
Yeah.
Were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right. Are you familiar with Hosea? But anyway, you guys were carried away captive by the Assyrians. You guys went into the Assyrian captivity, and we went into the Babylonian captivity. Right?
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Hey, you guys say, hey, we got to get away from these people, right? We got to figure out a way to get away from our captives, our oppressors, right? And do what?
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
You see that? You guys say we got to get away from these people so we can come back to keeping our laws. And we got to go. And they went to a place far away where never mankind dwelt. Read.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
And you see that? The Most High, he kept the waters nice and smooth for y'all. It took y'all. Did you get to that part yet? I'm sorry, y'all.
For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years.
It took you guys about 1.5 years to get from over there on the west part of Africa all the way over here, right? Read.
And the same region was called Arsarit.
At that time, it was called Arsarit, right? Until the conquistadors came over here and renamed it and took you guys captive, right? Shipped you guys all over the world, right? That's why we are all, these people on this side, we cannot be numbered or measured, right? These people on this side, we are all over this world, right? On the 4 corners of this world, right? Give me that, what's the next piece of